Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch site I popped into the Waterstones in Bromley today to refresh my reading list. So this is what I picked up. First of all, this, City of Miracles by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the third one in the City of series. There was City of Stairs and City of Miracles, both of which I believe were reviewed on the channel. Absolutely fantastic, with the continent and all of the others who are trying to stop all the magic from breaking back out again. So this one says, Shara Kamaid, once Prime Minister of Saipur, has been assassinated. News travels fast and far, even to a remote logging town somewhere northwest of Bulikov, where the silent drailing worker Bjorn picks up the newspaper and walks out. He is shocked and grieved and furious. He's been waiting 13 years for Shara, his closest friend, to tell him to come home. Now he has no one else in his life and nothing to live for, except to find the people who did this. Sigrid wasn't there for the death of his daughter, and he wasn't there when Shara was murdered. Now Bjorn is dead, and Sigrid is back, and he will find answers for Shara and for himself. He's made a promise. And yes, consider Conan the Barbarian coming after you. He asks you questions, you answer them sooner or later. Next, we have this. New York 2140 by Kim Stanley Robinson. Obviously, we've had quite a lot of Kim Stanley Robinson on this channel. Always very in-depth and scientifically accurate in projecting what that could mean into the future. The Red, Green and Blue Mars trilogy. What was the other one? 2312, Galileo's Dream, and so many others. So this one. As the sea level rose, every street became a canal, every skyscraper an island. For the residents of one apartment building in Madison Square, however, New York in the year 2140 is far from a drowned city. And yes, this is round about where I stayed, was one of these buildings here, because there you see the World Trade Center. Here you see like the JP Morgan building. Mine was right about here. So my building would have still been standing if the streets were flooded. But yes, and then you see some of his other books on they like to say 2312. Which one is that? Shaman and then Aurora. I haven't read these two, but I'm sure I shall in due course. And then the last one for now is this. Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter's The Long Earth series comes to a conclusion in The Long Cosmos. Really enjoyed this series. The first one obviously is the one that had the biggest Pratchett influence, and it was hilarious. And you could tell which bits were written by him and which bits were written by Stephen Baxter. And obviously the Pratchett influence declined over the next two until it really was barely more than a trace. Understandable, of course, because Sir Terry passed away. But this is the conclusion. I assume this is the very last book that'll have Terry Pratchett's name on it. I do wish they would license out the Discworld, but who knows if that will ever happen. So, The Long Cosmos. 2070 to 2071. Nearly 6 decades after Step Day and in The Long Earth, the new next post-human society continues to evolve. Joshua Valiente, now in his late 60s, wants to make one last solo journey into the high megas. Only it's an adventure that turns into a disaster. Alone and facing death, his only hope lies with a group of trolls. As Joshua confronts his mortality, the Long Earth receives a signal from the stars. A signal picked up by radio astronomers, but also in more abstract ways, by the trolls and by the great traversers. Its impact will be felt by all who inhabit the Long Earths. The message is simple, but its implications are enormous. Join us. Yes, very much looking forward to this. It's been a terrific series. Thoroughly enjoyable. Again, I'll be sad to see this one end, but all good things, as they say. There's that one last gasp of Terry Pratchett's humour in there, I hope. But yes, this is what I'm going to be reading on the bus to work for the next several weeks, now that most of my stuff is out of the way, barring, of course, anything that pops up in that canon that I will absolutely need to read instantly. But yes, 3 authors, obviously, that we've read previously on the channel, Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. Then, obviously, Robert Jackson Bennett. That's been a great series. And Kim Stanley Robinson is always terrific as well. No doubt we shall have full reviews of those books as and when I complete them. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggesting for upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.